China was not united by peace. It was united by fear, punishment, and absolute control. This is the story of the Qin Dynasty, the empire that created China and then destroyed itself almost immediately. Before China was one country, it was divided into many rival states. This period was known as the Warring States period. For over 200 years, these states fought non-stop. Armies clashed, cities burned, and millions of people died. Out of this chaos, one state slowly became stronger than all the others. That state was Qin. The Qin state was located in western China. It was not the richest or most cultured state, but it was the most ruthless. Qin rulers believed strength came from strict laws and harsh punishment. This philosophy was called legalism. Under legalism, people were not trusted to behave morally. They were controlled through fear. Breaking even small laws could lead to severe punishment. Public executions were common. Entire families could be punished for one person's crime. But these brutal policies made the Qin military incredibly efficient. In 221 BC, the king of Qin defeated the final rival state. For the first time in history, China was unified under one ruler. That ruler took a new title. He called himself Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor. Qin Shi Huang did not see himself as a king. He believed he was destined to rule forever. His first goal was total control. He abolished feudalism and removed local nobles from power. China was divided into districts ruled directly by the state. He standardized everything: writing systems, currency, weights, and measures. For the first time, people across China could communicate and trade easily. This helped bind the empire together. But unity came at a terrible cost. Qin Shi Huang feared ideas that challenged his authority. So he ordered the burning of books. Only texts approved by the state were allowed to exist. Scholars who resisted were executed. Some were buried alive. History itself was rewritten to glorify the Qin. The emperor also demanded massive construction projects. Hundreds of thousands of workers were forced into labor. Many never returned. Walls were built along the northern border to defend against nomads. These walls would later become the foundation of the Great Wall. The most famous project, however, was built for the emperor himself. Near the capital, Qin Shi Huang ordered the construction of a massive underground tomb. Inside, it was an entire army made of clay, the Terracotta Army. Over 8,000 life-sized soldiers, horses, and chariots were created to protect him in the afterlife. Each soldier had a unique face. It was one of the greatest engineering projects of the ancient world. But while monuments rose, resentment spread. The Qin Dynasty ruled through fear, not loyalty. Heavy taxes, forced labor, and brutal laws pushed the population to its breaking point. In 210 BC, Qin Shi Huang died suddenly while traveling. Almost immediately, the empire began to collapse. Corrupt officials hid his death and manipulated the succession. The new ruler was weak and controlled by advisors. Rebellions erupted across the empire. Former soldiers, peasants, and generals turned against the Qin. Within just 4 years, the dynasty fell. The Qin dynasty had unified China, standardized its systems, and reshaped history. But it ruled for only 15 years. Its legacy was powerful, but its methods were unsustainable. China would remain unified after the Qin, but future dynasties learned a critical lesson. Fear can build an empire, but it cannot keep one alive.